So he is running for mayor of the city that suffered the largest terror attack on U.S. soil. But Democratic Socialist Zohran Mamdani doesn't seem bothered by it, beaming on the campaign trail with a 1993 World Trade Center co-conspirator. Retired NYPD Lieutenant Darrin Porcher served with NYPD during the 93 attacks, and on 9/11, he joins us now. Now, obviously, this Brooklyn imam was not ever charged with anything, and he came on as a character witness for the blind sheikh during the trial of the 93 bombing. But it's an interesting moment to stop and look at where we are today, where you have somebody who's campaigning with this guy on the verge of maybe becoming mayor.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. The imam is driving a radical dysfunction as it relates to civil disobedience for us as the 8.5 million residents that reside in the city of New York. The optics are troubling. And when you speak to the testament of Mamdani's campaign, it's clearly something that doesn't represent us as the people that want to uphold law and order. We're a nation of laws. We're under siege as it relates to crime. But when you look to what the narrative that Mamdani is driving, it doesn't uphold the social contract. We need a person that's going to step in on day one and get the ship right. And Mamdani is clearly not the answer.
Yeah, it is kind of funny to think about. And obviously, if you go on to read some of the writings that this imam has written, he talks about wanting to keep everything nonviolent, but calling for jihad in New York. And I'm sort of scratching my head as like, I'm not familiar with the nonviolent jihad, but it is still very interesting that Mamdani would choose to campaign with him. We also saw during the debate last week where he was going after Cuomo about the fact that Cuomo, as governor, didn't spend enough time going to mosques as governor, and that was some kind of hit against him on the campaign trail.
I think Mamdani is drawing for straws the best way that he can.
Yeah.
You got to admit, when you listen to Mamdani speak, he puts out a lot of lightning bolts. And what he's attracting are these people that have no understanding or background in the political dynamic of us as New Yorkers. He's never run anything. I mean, he's been an assemblyman, but how many bills has he passed in Albany? Absolutely none. And so when we speak to what's going to happen, a person that manages over 300,000 employees as the mayor of the city of New York, he's not that person. And when you speak to him supporting this imam, this is a consistent narrative of him just being disconnected.
So unrelated to this, so you're retired, but you still have a lot of friends on the force. What do you hear from them when they talk about Mamdani potentially becoming mayor?
You have police officers leaving in droves, upwards of 200 to 300 police officers a month that are leaving the NYPD. And this number is going to grow disproportionate to the number of officers that we have in the department. Cops do not believe that this is a person that's going to keep this city safe. New York City police officers want to protect and defend the citizens they serve. But this is clearly not the answer as it relates to Mamdani becoming the chief elected official in the city of New York as the mayor.
Indeed. And we reached out to the Mamdani campaign for a statement, and they have not given us a response. Darrin Porcher, thank you so much. Great to see you as always.
Thanks for having me, Charlie.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.